We have a track here that we're going to look at compression with. So just a reminder on what compression is. Compression reduces the dynamic range of a piece. So in other words, you can squish the dynamic range into set boundaries. So if you imagine a sound wave and you look at the peaks and troughs of that wave, compression adds a ceiling and a sort of floor to that, and it squishes the sound into its own parameters. So we need it so that we don't get any sudden noises, any sudden loud noises for the listener. It makes sure that all sounds, including the very quiet ones, can be heard. Therefore it gives you a bit more control over the volumes in the mix. So today we're going to have a look at some of the presets in Logic. The first one that we can find through the track mixer. So to find the compression window, first I'm going to solo a track in a mix here. So we have a mix, just so you can hear it. This is a band and vocals. We're going to work on the vocals. Let's turn that down a bit. So I'm going to solo the vocals, which start around here. I'm going to go to track mixer. In track mixer, I'm going to find the track that I'm working with. Here it is. I'm going to click here on this grey square to bring up compression. Now to do this, click and hold. Into mono stereo, Logic, dynamic, because it's a dynamic effect, and I'm going to choose compressor. You can immediately hear the compression has kicked in. I've listened to it with compression, without. Without compression, the track seems to sit back in the mix. As soon as I press the compression on, you can hear it comes forward. So I'll just pause the track just to explain this compression window. First of all, on this side, this is the threshold. This is how much of the signal is being sent to the compressor. So it depends how loud the recorder is. This dial of attack here is how fast the compression kicks in. So how fast, when the sound happens, the compression starts. Release here is how quickly it stops affecting the signal, so how long it carries on for. Down here we've got ratio, so for example 2:1, maybe 2 parts compressed sound to 1 part that's untouched. That's the ratio that's being used. The main button that is important for you here is gain. This is like we work on the desk, this is the amount of the effect, the signal going into your mix. So if you turn the gain right up, you'll be adding loads of compression to the mix. Now an important button today is this little arrow here. If I click on this, I get some presets. Logic's very cleverly already sorted out some vocal compressors for me and knows which compressors will work on which vocals. So I've got a few to choose for here for voices. For instruments I've got a few ones that it suggests doing, and for drums I've got a few here. So let's go back into our mix. Let's press play. So what I'm going to do now is apply a Logic effect. So vocal compressor, I'm going to choose a rock vocal. So we click this in a second and you can hear the difference. That's now the settings for that. Again, this is without, with. I will then repeat the process with another instrument to show you one more preset. So this time I'm going to just come out of this. I'm going to unsolo my lead vocals and let's have a little work on the kick drum. So I'm going to solo the kick drum, go back into our mix and start it playing. Go back to track mixer, let's find my kick drum. There it is there. Sat quite far back. Again, I'm going to click on an empty effects panel here and hold. Mono stereo, Logic, dynamic for a dynamic effect, compressor. Immediately it's jumped forward. Now, word of warning with compression, the more compression you add, the more balance you might need to do back in the track mixer window down here. So I'm going to go again and I'm going to choose a drum compressor, and this time I've got a kick drum and I'm going to try that and see if I like the sound of this. I really like the way that gives it an extra kick to it, so that will do for me for now. And then if we go back into our mix, double check nothing's clipping here, I'll check that level in a moment. Then we have our piece there with 2 pieces of reverb adding.